Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I bet you're wondering why I am in a toque and a coat to shoot a YouTube video in my living room. Well, we're not actually going to shoot it in my living room today. I wanted to talk to you guys about how to view your photos and look at your photos, especially when it's kind of a difficult thing for a lot of us, and how to move through those feelings. And to kind of spruce this video up and make it feel a little bit more positive, I thought we would go outside on a little adventure and kind of do the video that way. So I'm going to take you guys on an adventure. Let's go! Alright, welcome to my half-converted camper van. We are going to go for a little adventure and a ride so we can talk about how to look at your photos when you kind of just aren't feeling in your body. It's bringing up a lot of trauma triggers for you, and it's just not as fun as you want it to be, so we're going to talk about how to move through that and all that fun stuff. It is so hecking bright. I got like one hot spot on my face. Where's the dark spot? Okay. Yeah, let's go! Let's go check out some waterfalls! Yeah! So let's talk about looking at pictures of yourself when you don't really feel it. You're not really feeling in your body. You feel like a hesitation or a reservation against looking at these images of yourself. These are just my tips that I use and I view photos of myself and that I tell my clients to use and to walk through if they're struggling looking at any images of themselves. So the first and most important thing to know is that it's totally normal and okay to struggle and to feel these negative emotions. Know that we have been trained to feel like this our whole lives. It's a billion-dollar industry built off of making us doubt ourselves and making us feel like we're not good enough in our skin. So for your first thoughts and your first feelings, looking at your images to be negative, totally normal. We're trained to feel these negative things first, but it doesn't have to be like that. What we think first isn't always how we truly feel. That's just our learned reaction, what we've been trained and conditioned to think and believe. But there's good news. The good news is that we can unteach ourselves these ways of thinking and reprogram and rewire our brains to see past these conventional beauty standards and to actually feel good in our bodies and to see the beautiful parts of these images and the beautiful parts of ourselves that we deserve to see and to feel and to celebrate. So this is the tunnel to the waterfall. Last time I was here it was summer, so we might get a little bit wet, but let's go! So I got through the tunnel and that's all well and good, but there's a river that I need to cross now to get to the right side of the waterfall for the trail, for the right side of the trail for the waterfall. So, wish me luck! I did it. I had to climb up to the highway and around and back down, but we did it. There's the river. Here's me. Now we're gonna go to the waterfall. Oh my God! Originally I wanted to walk down to the waterfall and record the rest of the video there. However, it was way too loud, so we are going to walk to a quieter location. Yeah! I found this giant staircase, so we're just walking up it. Actually, I want to be on this step. Okay, so my first tip And the thing I tell my clients when we're looking at their photos together is that for every one negative thing you say or think, even if it's just in your head, replace it with 2 positive things. So the first thing that we notice about photos is usually things that we don't like and things that bother us, because that's just like what I said, like what we've been trained to think. So we're gonna reprogram and rewire that by replacing it with 2 positive things. And you have to do this really intentionally. You can't just be like, well, I guess I like, I don't know, my nails. No, like you gotta like be really intentional about it so we can reprogram and rewire the way that we think about ourselves and to make it easier in the future to look at images of yourself. So every negative thing, replace it with 2 positive things. There's so many freaking stairs. I don't know where they go. Okay, and number 2. This probably should have gone with the opening spiel, but we're gonna do it now. I'm sitting on these stairs really weird because it's like the only way to get myself in frame. Number 2. Okay, the second thing is know that the original initial voice that you hear in your head isn't actually how you feel. So you have to dig deeper to see how you actually feel and also kind of trick your brain into feeling how you want it to feel. So by saying 2 positive things, we're replacing that negative thought and really encouraging our brain to pick up on those positive emotions and those positive thoughts that are hidden below the surface. So if you can't think of positive things right off the bat and you can't really feel that positivity outright, fake it till you make it. It's actually been proven that our brains don't know the difference between faking it and what we're actually feeling. So you can trick your brain into thinking that you feel really badass. So just fake it till you make it. Say positive things about yourself until you actually start believing them. So you might not believe them right out of the gate, but you will eventually start feeling them deeper in yourself and start to believe them with your authentic being. So my third tip, and something I like to use as a recommendation for clients and also myself, is have a friend look at the photo. Somebody you love and trust really deeply who's gonna be your hype person if you can't be the hype person for yourself that you need in that moment. So send them to somebody or sit down with somebody and look at them together and be like, I'm not feeling good about these photos. Can you reassure me about them and help me with like the decision-making process? Having somebody on your side when you can't get on your own side is gonna make a huge difference. So I like to be that hype person for my clients. Like we do all of my reveals for photos together and never let anybody look at their photos by themselves. Or I will in like a very rare case, but usually I'm right there with them to go through them together and also to like navigate the emotions that do come up when you look at photos of yourself. That kind of leads me into like part 3, section B, which is that this is just like a moment in time, that image that you're struggling with or those things that you're struggling with, that photo is just a millisecond of time in this whole reality. So that's not what you look like 99.9% of the time. So if you're struggling with certain aspects of yourself, just know that that's just a snapshot, that your body exists as something so much more than just that 1 second in time. So I just find it super helpful to have my friends on my side or my loved ones on my side. If I'm struggling through things on my own, you can have somebody back you up and remind you that that's just a second in time. You are so much more than that, and they will hype you up and make you feel great about yourself and your photos. And it'll make the process a little less isolating too, because I think we can get into the spots of like, oh, I'm the only one who feels this way, I'm struggling, like, and you just kind of feel isolated. So to kind of bridge that isolation and to make yourself feel a little less lonely and a little more supported, get yourself a buddy system. I almost got myself in the frame, so now I'm gonna say like this. This is wildly uncomfortable. That rock is right up my butt. Okay. Ta-da! Alright, last 2 things. Number 4, just have some affirmations ready to go. I like to write down some affirmations, or I like know some in my head that I like to use that make me feel better. So if you have kind of like a quick list or like a quick go-to list of some affirmations that you can like kind of repeat yourself either in your head or out loud, that's going to help move you through these things, these feelings. That'll be really helpful. And my last one, and number 5, this is probably like the last go-to, but wildly helpful if you're really struggling to view photos of yourself, is to just not look at them for a while. Just take some time, take 2 steps away, put them away for like a few days, a week, a couple weeks, maybe even a month. It really just depends. Distance really does make the heart grow fonder, and if you're struggling to view yourself in a positive light and work past the conditioning and like the negative things that are coming up because of your images, so take some time away. It really does help and heal and kind of make the images a little less fresh to look at. Like just think back to images that you have of yourself from like 3 years ago, 5 years ago, and how much fondness you look back on them with, because it almost feels like a different person. And you want to be able to love yourself exactly as you are in this moment, but sometimes if you're just not quite there yet in your journey and you just need like a little bit more time, it's okay. It'll kind of introduce an aspect of like body neutrality to be able to say, that's okay, this is a different body from like a month ago. It's gonna just create a little bit more distance, a little bit more space and time for you to grow happier with the images and really be able to reflect on them in a positive way. So take some time away from them if you need them. Again, send them to friends, do all the fun stuff. And those are my tips on how to look at images of yourself and process images of yourself so that you can fall deeper in love and see past the parts that are sticking out to you as negative and really start to appreciate the magical beauty and work of art that you actually are. So go forth, look at your images with love and positivity. I believe in you. You can do it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, hit that bell, all that fun stuff. Follow me on Instagram. You know the drill. Bye, guys. I forgot that it's the salmon run and it smells so bad in this forest, and I've just been trying to like get by and make it through, but it smells so bad. So I'm glad that I'm done making this video and I can go cleanse my sinuses and my nose palate, because